Hello, YouTube. I wanted to follow up with my last video. In the last video, if you didn't see it, it's basically the gist is that truth relies on consensus. And just a very quick recap, I consider this to be non-negotiable, indisputable, that truth needs consensus. It's not that truth cannot be discovered without consensus. It's not because we all agree, therefore it is true. It's that the distribution mechanism of truth is consensus because we all don't have the capacity to fine tune all of our research for every little thing in life to know for ourselves what is fully true. We have to rely on trusting others. So the reason why I want to make another video quickly after, is because it's kind of like, well, where do we go from here? Okay, so let's say this is accurate. Let's say what I'm saying is accurate. That we all, whether you believe in vaccines or not vaccines, whether you believe in masks or no masks, whether you believe in conservative ways or liberal ways, or whatever the news is saying about whatever hot topic, the reason that we believe what's going on is because we trust the source. And this is very, very big for me because this means, if true, this means that in order to propagate truth, it is not about explanation. And I know that seems very counterintuitive. It is not about explanation. It's not about how well you can explain something or how detailed or how many facts you have, what the evidence is. This is all completely counterintuitive. But if it's true that truth is distributed through trust, then explanation means very little. And let me be a little more detailed on that. Explanation is needed, but explanation is like just one small smidgen. It's like if there was a percent range of how truth comes to be, it's like maybe 5% is explanation and 95% is trust. Another way of looking at it is I've thought about this many times that truth takes very little time to explain. An explanation is very easy. What is hard about truth is the trust aspect. It can take 5 minutes to explain the truth, but it can take an entire lifetime, literally, to earn somebody's trust that what you're saying is not scandalous in any way. What you're saying is not biased, or I should say, um, inappropriately biased. Because everybody has an explanation, don't we? Everybody has an explanation for anything that's going on. I have a reason for what I believe, just like you have a reason for what you believe. And as we get older in life, we realize that, well, that really thought out, detailed explanation that you gave, which I applaud you for, great job. You did a lot of research on that. It's like for every argument, there's an equal or opposite argument. Just because you gave such detailed explanation doesn't mean I'm going to believe you, because all that means is that, well, you are more of a master craftsman of your words than I am. And the explanation, it's like the explanation won't go anywhere without the trust. And so this is interesting. So like, let's say I say something like the earth is flat, and all science out there would, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Anybody watching would just be like, this is nuts. I'm not going to listen to this guy anymore. But what if I was Stephen Hawking and I said the exact same thing, the earth is flat? Just for even a split second longer, do you say, maybe, well, let me listen to what this person has to say. Why? Why? The explanation could be the exact same. I could say the earth is flat, and for whatever reason, one of the arguments for the earth is flat is if you look at the railroads never account for the curvature of the earth. right? If you account for the curvature of the Earth, you need more railroad than what they actually bid for to make a railroad, meaning like the railroad is straight. It doesn't account for a curvature of the Earth. So let's say, let's say I'm just some gung-ho evangelist of flat earthism, and I spout these words, it's going to fall on deaf ears. But if Stephen Hawking, may he rest in peace, but if he were to say it, now more people are going to listen. Why? Why? The explanation was the exact same. In theory, let's just roll with me here. In theory, the explanation was the exact same. If I gave the explanation of the railroad evidence and Stephen Hawking gave the same explanation, if the explanation was the exact same, why do we believe Stephen Hawking more? Because he has built a reputation for believability within the science. And I know there's controversy with every scientist out there, with every discovery out there. There's controversy, so I'm not trying to, say which side I'm on, but I'm just trying to paint the picture here. The explanation means very little. It's very easy to give the explanation, but trust is what could take an entire lifetime. And this is really big for me. The reason this is big for me is because I see the way I see philosophically how truth propagates, as I've been saying this entire video, is 95% trust, 5% explanation. But the way that I have been seeing it in society and in the world is 95% explanation and 5% trust. I think we as people have either forgotten, lost sight, don't believe in, or even if you're watching me now, just simply don't think it's accurate, that trust is required. I'm not even going to say it's good or it's helpful. I'm going to say it's required for truth. Trust is required. So the question is not how good is your explanation? The question is, what am I doing to build your trust? What am I doing to prove to you that I'm not trying to cheat you, that I'm not trying to pitch you on something, that I'm not a salesman just trying to sell you a car but not telling you about the rust underneath the car, right? The trust is the aspect. And that's the aspect that I see on why people would gravitate to certain news sources, to certain political sides, to certain societal differences, conservative and liberal, Republican and Democrat. And there's this sort of cyclical thing that happens because if I'm a conservative, if I'm a liberal, there are certain outlets that I trust and certain that I don't trust. And whatever the ones that I trust say, that's what I'm going to gravitate toward. And it doesn't matter what the explanation is on either side, because both sides are going to have explanation. In case you've been living under a rock for the last millennia, everybody has an explanation. Like, I can't look and say my enemy out there, or my opposition, I don't want to say enemy, my opposition out there, whether it be conservative or liberal, atheist or religious, they all have explanations. We all have explanations. That's not the hard part. So I guess in conclusion of this video, it's more about, I think, twofold. Challenging ourselves to say, what has somebody done to earn my trust? And what has somebody done, or what am I doing to earn other people's trust? You know what? Let me actually delve into that a little bit before I end this video. Because trust, this is another aspect that I think we either forget, don't believe in, or whatever, all of the above. Trust, society looks at trust like it's a choice. Like, I'm gonna trust you on this one. Or why don't they trust me? Like, after all I've done, why don't they trust me? This is the kind of language, the kind of talk that people would say on something that's a choice. But I don't see it that way. I don't see trust being a choice. Trust is a reaction. You can trust people that you hate and not trust people that you love. Trust has little to do with whether or not we want to trust someone or something. So when I ask myself if I want to propagate truth or whatever I think the truth might be, this is the challenge that I give myself. Am I gaining your trust? I was going to say earning, and I know I said that earlier in the video, earning someone's trust. I don't even think that's accurate. You don't earn somebody's trust. You take it. You take their trust. People do not have a choice of whether or not to trust you. They can try not to trust you or try to trust, but then it becomes into a realm of like some faith-based thing that is just a different realm than trust. And so when when I think about how I want to propagate any kind of verbal aspect of life, and in this case, truth, or what I believe the truth to be, my explanation means nothing. It means nothing to you watching this right now. I can give you the best explanation in the world. That's not going to do anything. You first need to trust me. That hits me pretty hard. And maybe that's where I'll end the video. So if I'm going to try to get anywhere on this topic, I need to find out, how do I take your trust? How do I grab it and hold on to it? All right, that's my brain dump for now. Thanks for watching. As always, you can leave comments or not leave comments. It's up to you. But thanks for watching. Catch you later.